We start off with a tennis ball or any other ball that has some type of compressibility but has firmness. And you spend a minute massaging the foot back and forth. After that minute, you drop the heel, stretch the calf, and take one hand and stretch the upper part of the neck. Just pull the head forward to the point of mild discomfort and a slight stretch, and hold that for another minute, and then we repeat to the other side. Here I demonstrate it from a different angle. I do recommend 1 minute on each foot and 1 minute for each stretch, for a total of at least 4 minutes. Here is a close-up of the tennis ball foot massage. Just gently moving the foot back and forth, maybe even sideways, to give a good mobility of the whole foot, including the medial arch, getting movement into both the soft tissue and the bones. Here is a way of stretching the foot as well as the calf muscle and getting exercise into the foot by bringing the toes down and up while resting the heel on the floor. As you can see, I do a lot of things at different times during this whole mobility movement. So now while you're doing the foot massage, heel down and you're bending your neck, stretching the posterior chain. You can also be exercising the deep muscles of the foot as well as the superficial muscles of the foot that help with both toe curling and great toe stability. Here, as I keep my heel down, I'm bending my ankle forward, which adds another bit of mobility to the foot. There are many different ways of doing this. I'm hoping to show you several ways, and you're welcome to discover other ways to use the tennis ball to improve foot mobility. Here I'm showing you that I'm rocking my ankles back and forth, putting a little stretch into the Achilles tendon. And now I'm curling my toes back and forth, helping with the deep massage of the superficial as well as deep muscles. Now that we've massaged the foot, let's massage the lower leg. Here I'm massaging the calf muscles, just gently moving up and down using both sides of the calf to massage as much effort as I can put into it, as much as you can tolerate. Here's the medial side of the tibia, and this is where that tibialis posterior, the critical muscle of the medial arch, lies. So here I am massaging the tibialis posterior muscle. I can use either hand. I can curl around the tibia, or I can use my thumb to curl underneath the tibia. This also works other muscles that are deep to the calf muscle. Here now is the anterior tibialis muscle, which is on the outer side of the tibia. And again, I'm massaging that. I'm having to rotate my leg a little bit so I can do a deep massage into the tibialis posterior. This muscle is important because it helps to balance out the calf muscle. Now, here's the fibula, and there's a muscle that goes along the fibular ridge called the fibularis muscle, actually two of them, the fibularis longus and the fibularis brevis. Both of these muscles are also playing an important role in foot mechanics. So I'm just using my thumb to massage up and down the soft tissue. Here I demonstrate using a roller to also massage the calf muscle, sliding it back and forth. This particular roller has these ridges, which makes it a little bit more tougher and harder, whereas the foam roller that's in the light blue, if I were to pull that out, doesn't put as much pressure. This dark rigid one is termed a trigger point roller, whereas the blue one is a softer foam roller. Use whichever one is least uncomfortable and allows you the deepest massage. Notice how I turn my leg inward and outward to get the maximal massage, and do both your hand massage and the foam roller massage for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now I can transition to doing a hand massage of the foot. Using both hands, a nice deep massage into the arch of the foot, into the toes, stretching the toes if I need to. Stretching and massaging at the same time. There are many different variations you can do. Keep working at it, and the more often you do this, new things you can discover. I can now spread my toes. I can bend my forefoot in and out. And I can take my hands and do a specific stretch along the plantar fascia, along the same path that the tennis ball worked on. To begin strengthening the foot, take a towel, place your foot on there, and start curling your toes, trying to grasp the towel between your toes. As you can see, this towel is hard to grasp in the middle. So I reach out to the edge, and I start grabbing it, and keep working at it, and keep working, and I keep working. Then I have to adjust it a little bit if I have to. You can do these adaptations, not a problem. Now once that my toes can now grasp an edge of the towel, I can now start turning it and pulling. Turn and pull. Start moving the towels around back and forth. This helps strengthen the deep and the superficial muscles of the foot. Doing this for about a minute or two is a good way to help strengthening up the overall ankle-foot complex. So not only curl the toes, but then when you grasp the towel, you can slide back and forth, which again helps work the ankle mechanics and the ankle muscles. The next two sections will be discussing foot doming and tripod standing. These two intrinsic foot exercises have overlapping characteristics. However, they are done differently. Both exercises are designed to improve the deep intrinsic muscles of the foot to improve the arch. Foot doming has an emphasis on using the toes to help create foot doming, whereas tripod standing does not use the toes. Don't be confused by these differences. Work on improving each individual exercise, and the collective benefit should be a stronger foot. Foot doming is one of the most important foot exercises you can learn. It's about keeping a flat foot and then pressing the toes into the floor without curling them in order to create an arch in the foot. By raising your toes high in the air, that tells you the movement not to do, but it also tells you to do the opposite movement. Again, don't curl your toes doing the foot doming. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is gently press your toes into the floor, which is the opposite movement of raising them up. The foot doming exercise is not the tripod stance. It's a mechanism by which you can train the deep intrinsic muscles of your foot to improve the arch in your foot, as I'm demonstrating here. However, the tripod stance and the foot doming stance definitely complement each other. Foot doming is not easy. It might take you several weeks to master it. So be patient and keep working at it. Here I demonstrate foot doming with a single leg stance. This is not tripod standing with a single leg stance. This is foot doming, where you're intentionally pushing your toes into the floor to create stability. This will also help to improve muscles of the great toe, which will strengthen you during your push-off phase of walking. When practicing tripod stance, bring your toes upward and glide back and forth with your body weight until you get to a point where you're evenly distributed, as much as you can. To add a little bit more of a challenge to it, to create more stability, squeeze your butt muscles. and then try to find that balance point. When you can find that balance point, relax your toes and try to maintain that balance point so more weight is distributed along this point and here, and less weight is placed upon the toes. So that's one way of knowing whether you're doing good tripod stance. Now I'll let go, I'll move my left foot backwards so you can see. I'm trying to get that tripod stance, and when I feel the weight equally distributed amongst all 3 points, I relax my toes, and I should still continue to feel the pressure here, here, and here, not so much on my toes. Then when you have that good tripod stance, you can do a single leg stance. Let this foot off, and can you maintain that tripod stance while having your toes relaxed? Good exercise to help strengthen up the intrinsic muscles of the foot. As a reminder, foot doming uses the toes to press down into the floor, not curling, in order to strengthen up the intrinsic muscles of the foot and improve the medial arch. Tripod standing, on the other hand, focuses on finding foot balance between the heels and the base of the fifth toe and the great toe, with relaxing the tips of the toes. I recommend spending 20-25 minutes a day doing these exercises. For the tennis ball foot massage, that could be done throughout the day. Just carry a tennis ball with you. Hopefully, as it becomes easier for you to grasp the towel, do the foot doming and the tripod standing, your foot will become stronger and you'll start feeling a lot better.